Right, here's another little tip. So basically, I'm at a point right now where I have to overwrite or overhaul a couple of documents. Actually, I only have to add a couple of changes to all of the documents. But generally, I like if ChatGPT writes out the whole file for me. Well, not always, but in this case, I trust him to be able to do that. But the first thing that I did, basically, ChatGPT asked me, okay, do you want to start? And he asked me, do you want to write out the entire thing line by line or just the new fields in isolation? In this case, I'm gonna pick the entire thing line by line. And yes, to make sure that he sticks to the structure, I already said this in a different video, but I want to expand on it a little bit, is basically I went into the file that we want to overhaul, Control A, Control C, so select all, then copy and paste it in here. So I want you to write out line by line. I want you to write the whole thing out line by line, but here's the original, so you will adhere to the original structure. So I just pasted the original again, and then he sticks to that structure. Then I compare them really quickly. Again, I look at the start. Okay, product service. Yes, this all looks the same, so I trust him that he doesn't mess up the rest. So I just look at the initial words. These all look the same to me. Then I scroll down a little bit, go to the bottom. I look objection priority matrices. That's the last one here as well. Objections and rebuttals. Okay, he changed that. But the thing is, yes, we're overhauling this to make changes. So he added this objection priority matrix. Objections and rebuttals are still the same. So I know that the code is good. And why I wanted to record this again, because I already recorded this, is because we have to go for multiple files. And for the first file, I like to use ChatGPT 5 fast, because as far as I know, it is very, like, maybe the best for coding, or 5 thinking might be the best for coding. And there are other models like O4 Mini was the previous one that is really good for coding. O4 Mini High is like, so this O4 Mini is good for simple coding tasks. O4 Mini High is for more complex coding tasks. And 4.0 is just for general use, but also good for coding. So all these are also good for coding. The thing is, they are all a lot faster than GPT-5. That is why I like to pick them. And the thing here is, now we have to write out a couple of files, and I want to save some time, so I will go for O4 Mini High. You can honestly pick either of the three. They all will do a good job. This is not a particularly hard task to pull off, so I trust him to do all of these. And the thing is, I will just have him write this out. You will see the speed difference. So I will do one right now with Model 5. What's the next file? Let's just do the next file. Let me just see. Oh, actually, wait. I didn't even copy paste this yet. All right, so now Control A, delete, paste it, and now it's now we have the new version. And now, do you want me to rewrite line by line? Yeah, let's just keep this the same. Right, out line by line again. ICP combined. So this is how it should look like at the start. If I see he does that, then I know that he basically got the structure right. And also, again, look at how much slower GPT-5 is compared to 4.0 Mini. So it looks fast, but if you see the comparison, you will see how much slower it actually is. So let's just compare this real quick. ICP v1, lesson schema, standard refs, template. Let's look if those are lesson schema, standard refs, template. That is correct. Okay, so then I'm pretty confident that he didn't mess it up. He's writing it out. And yeah, when it's finished, I will just take that and overwrite the thing. So I'll just look at the bottom again. Mindset origin is the last one here. That is over here, and we added one new thing here. That is good. Select everything, overwrite it. Good. And now I wanted to show O4 Mini High, for example. Okay, go. All right, now we're going to brand voice. Go. Now look at the speed here in comparison. You will have to think for a second, but yeah, here we go. Like, he's significantly faster than 5. See, he's already done. Was done in like 3 seconds or something like that, you know. It was a little bit shorter, the document, but you know, it's fast as hell. So let's just compare them for mistakes one more time. Brand voice combined, lesson ID, schema version, standard ref, template. All right. It doesn't really matter if it's like there's an empty space here and there's no empty space here. He often writes it in a different format, but that's not something that's going to ruin this. So we look down here, punctuation style. Okay, and then hooks, angles by awareness, that is new. The rest, filler words, got that right. Tone and personality, got that right. So you can see in very brief glances, you can pretty much judge if you did it right or not. You know, you don't have to read through the entire thing to figure out if you messed it up somewhere. Because if you got the overall structure right, you can be sure that he doesn't mess it up, you know? So yeah, just wanted to show that you can switch between models, you know, which model works best. You can pick any of these four, but these two are specifically designed for coding. But this one, I actually have a friend who's a programmer and he mostly, pretty much exclusively works with 4.0 and he says it makes almost no mistakes. So 4.0 is safe. I've tested it myself and yes, it is safe. But since these are specifically designed for coding, I like to use these now just for my conscience, you know, that I picked the best model. But yes, I like to use these models. I like to use GPT-5 just to make sure that he gets the first one right, that the structure is good. And once I see that he gets the first one right, then I just go with O4 Mini High or one of these models, because then they just have to, you know, they already have the blueprint of the structure, and then they just can basically do the same thing just faster. You know, that's the point. All right, that's it. Bye bye.